In this video, we will try to discuss the problems on the regenerative Rankine vapor power cycle. So before you get into this video, kindly refer the previous video which explains you the concepts regarding the regenerative Rankine vapor power cycle. Clearing those concepts, this video would be very easy. So let us go into the problem now. A steam turbine is fed with a steam having an enthalpy of 3100 kilojoules per kg. So it is nothing but he has given the value of H1 directly. So in some of the problems what he will be doing, he will be just giving you the pressure and temperatures by which you have supposed to calculate the value of H1. Okay, like all the previous problems. In this particular problem, he has given the value of H1 directly. It moves out the turbine with an enthalpy of so and so. So it moves out in the sense it is end state of the expansion, which is state 2. So here the turbine process ends, is it? So the enthalpy of state 2 is given, which is given as 2100 kilojoules per kg. Feed heating is done at a pressure of 3.2 bar. What is feed heating? So it is a regenerative Rankine vapor power cycle. So feed heating, so where does the feed heating happens? It happens from 7 to 6, is it? So it happens from 7 to 6. This particular thing will be at a pressure of 3.2 bar, he says. The whole thing, this whatever I have marked just now, the whole thing will be at a pressure of 3.2 bar. Next, with a steam enthalpy of 2500 kilojoules per kg. So at what enthalpy the bleeding happens? First of all, bleeding is nothing but the point at which you are taking out the steam. The steam which you are taking out at the intermediate stage of the turbine is known as a bleeding. So that particular bleeding happens at an enthalpy of H5 is equals to 2500 kilojoules per kg. The condensate from the condenser with an enthalpy of 125 kilojoules. So condensate from the condenser. So condenser process ends at state 3. Therefore, he has given the value of H3, which is 125 kilojoules per kg. Okay. Enters into the feed water heater, which is from 7 to 6. Okay. Now, the quantity of bleed steam, how much quantity of the mass flow rate of bleed steam is given, which is nothing but 1200 kilojoules per hour. So convert not kilojoules, kgs per hour. So convert this particular thing into kgs per second, divide this by 3600, you will get it as 3.11 kgs per second. So what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to find the power developed by the turbine. Okay, assume that the water leaving the feed water heater is saturated liquid at 3.2 bar, that we know, and the most important factor he has given us, we have to neglect the pump work. So neglecting the pump work, what are the changes that would happen? You can refer the previous video for that. Okay, it will come in the energy balance. Once you have gone through that, you will understand this. Okay, we shall go into the next thing. So what he has asked? He has asked the power developed by the turbine. It is given by mass flow rate of the steam entering the turbine. So this is very important. So which mass flow rate you have to consider? You have to consider a mass flow rate of the steam which is entering the turbine. So when I get back to the previous slide here, where is the starting process of the turbine? So this is what is the mass flow rate of the steam which is entering the turbine, you have to supposed to calculate. So that particular thing multiplied by work output by the turbine, which is WT. Okay, as usual. So WT is given by in the two stages, that is 1 to 5 and 5 to 2. Kindly refer the regenerative concepts. So where it will get cleared how to calculate the turbine work output. So turbine work output, again mass flow rate into enthalpy difference. So mass flow rate is how much here? 1 into enthalpy difference work. So it is initial minus final, it is H1 minus H5. Again for the second process, which is 5 to 2, the mass flow rate is 1 minus m. So 1 from here to here, m you are taking away. So 1 minus m from 5 to 2. So it is mass flow rate into enthalpy difference. So it is 1 minus m into initial minus final for the work. So it is H5 minus H2. So that is what I have written here. So we require to calculate the value of m here. So you have to calculate the value of m, where m is given by mass flow rate of steam bleeded divided by mass flow rate of steam entering the turbine. Kindly remember this. This is very, very important. So what is m? M is mass flow rate of steam bleeded divided by mass flow rate of steam entering the turbine. That means, so it is mass flow rate of steam bleeded, how much you are taking out to the how much you are giving in to the turbine at the intermediate stages. It gives the proportionate ratio of how much quantity of steam you are extracting at the intermediate stages. So that is what the M gives. So what is M? M is mass flow rate of steam bleeded to the mass flow rate of steam entering the turbine. So that is the thing. So in order to calculate this particular value of M, we will apply the energy balance at state 6. So if you apply the energy balance at state 6, kindly draw a separate diagram so that it would be very easy you to calculate. Mention state 5, what is the mass flow rate M? Mention state 6, what is the mass flow rate? It is 1. Mention the state 7, the mass flow rate is 1 minus M as I have indicated here. So this is state 6. M mass flow rate is coming from state 5 and 1 minus M is coming from state 7, and 1 it is going to the state 4. As I told you, whatever it is incoming to the state, it is taken as positive, and whatever it is outgoing from the state, it is taken as negative. Same thing you are applying here, mass flow rate into enthalpy. Mass flow rate is M into enthalpy is H5, incoming, so positive. So mass flow rate is 1 minus M, enthalpy is H7, incoming, so it is positive. Mass flow rate is 1 and enthalpy is H4, it is outgoing, so it is negative. The summation of all these things would be equal to 0. Now he has clearly specified in the problem statement that you have to neglect the pump work. So neglecting the pump work, what happens? So H6 will be equal to H3 because you are neglecting this particular pump work, and H4 would be equal to H6 because you are neglecting this particular pump work. So that is what I have written here. So H7 would be approximately equal to H3 and H4 would be approximately equal to H6. Replacing H7 and H4 in this particular equation with H3 and H6, you will get this particular equation. You have to calculate the value of M. H5 you know because it is given in the problem, and H3 you know because again it is given in the problem, but you don't know the value of H6. So we can calculate the H6, I guess. First of all, let us see where is my H6. So this is my H6, which is on the saturated liquid line. So on the saturated liquid line, how do you calculate the enthalpy? On the saturated liquid line, it is equal to HF at that particular pressure. So what is the value of HF at this particular pressure, which is 3.2 bar? So at 3.2 bar, what is the value of HF? You can see into the steam tables and get this particular value, which is equal to the value of H6. So once you have got all these values, substitute in this particular above equation. So only one unknown would be there, which is the value of M. So the value of M would be 0.226. 0.226. Okay. So you have calculated the value of M. M, again, what does it say? It is mass flow rate of bleeding steam, which is given in the problem. If you again read out the problem statement, it is very much clear that as mass flow rate of bleeding steam is given, and mass flow rate of steam entering the turbine you are supposed to calculate because it is required for the calculation of power developed. So mass flow rate of steam entering the turbine, you have just taken it out. Mass flow rate of bleeding steam divided by, you interchange this particular thing with M. So this particular thing is given. The converted value is 3.11 in kgs per second divided by M, calculated value is 0.226. If you divide these two, the value of the mass flow rate of steam entering the turbine is 13.76 kgs per second. So you have know how to calculate the work output from the turbine. It is 1 into H1 minus H5 and 1 minus M into H5 minus H2, which I have just explained it. You know the value of M, you know all the enthalpy values, just substitute and calculate what is work output from the turbine. So once the work output from the turbine is known, once the mass flow rate of the steam entering the turbine is known, if you multiply these two values, you will get the power developed by this particular turbine, so which is 1252 to 1.5 kilowatts. This is how the problems on regenerative vapor power cycle could be. Try this particular problem, which is very much similar to the previous problem, but the thing is there is a little bit change here. It has something related dryness fraction. Kindly go to the problem, each and every bit what he has given. If any doubts, please contact me anytime.